You know, you really made it in life when you're on a street sign with the reward for your arrest for stealing somebody's electric scooter. You know, as a matter of fact, I'll add $50 to that reward. I don't like thieves. Okay, guys, we got a very quick story for you coming out of here, Fresno, California. So that white building right there, that is the Yost and Webb Funeral Home. And, well, that is the site where a couple of Hell's Angels would come and use the place's crematory to get rid of bodies. As a matter of fact, the members of the Hell's Angels nicknamed it the pizza oven, right? The pizza oven. So it looks like Merle Hefferman, who was a member of the, or possibly still is a member of the Hell's Angels, he has some kind of a connection or somewhere along those lines with the manager of this place, Levi Phipps. So it looks like back in 2014, a Hell's Angel member by the name of Joe Silva was shot and killed over at the members' clubhouse. And Merle Hefferman brought Joe Silva over here, and basically to cover up the murder, they had an illegal cremation, and they threw him in what they called the pizza oven, and everything happened right here. So allegedly, according to authorities, this place's crematory was used about 4 different times. One was for Joe Silva, and the second time it was used was for one former member, Robbie Huff. And the prosecutors in this case alleged that Robbie Huff was involved in disposing of Joe Silva. So I don't know what Robbie Huff did, but he was murdered around February 11th of 2015, and he was brought here and thrown in the pizza oven. And the third alleged person to be thrown in the pizza oven was Art Karasis, who went missing sometime in 2016. So they believe that he was murdered July 7th, 2016, and brought here to the pizza oven. And the last person to go missing, quote unquote, was Juan Guevara. He was brought here to the Yost and Webb Funeral Home, and he was thrown into the pizza oven. All right, so later on, after whoever was involved in all of this, Merle Hefferman, he was later found guilty of all things obstruction of justice. So he got sentenced to 4 years in prison, and the man who murdered Joe Silva was actually 3 people who were involved in the murder. Brian Wendt, Jonathan Nelson, and Russell Ott. They were all later on found guilty for the murder of Joe Silva, and they were all sentenced to life in prison. So all I can find online is, that basically the common theme of these murders is that these guys ran, quote unquote, ran afoul of the club. Now, I don't know if these guys were caught stealing, or maybe they were worried that they were going to snitch on something. I have no idea. But yep, this is the Hell's Angels location of where their pizza oven was, as they would call it. I should go in there and ask them if I can get a personal tour. Well, maybe not that personal, but I'd love to see this pizza oven. But yeah, this is where it happened. I don't know what I'm thinking right now. I want to go in there and ask them, but I know this is going to be stupid. I don't want to turn into one of those YouTubers that just does cringe things for views, but I really do want to come in there and see it. Oh well. So Merle Hefferman was sentenced to 4 years in prison for obstruction of justice. I mean, considering that this guy more than likely was more involved than we think in at least Mr. Silva's murder, I'd say that he got off pretty easy. That's what I would think anyways. And yeah, just wanted to drive up here, you know, just a leisurely 130-mile drive over here just to see this place. Trust me, I really had to fight myself from wanting to walk in there and just say, hey, can I see this crematory you guys got? But I gotta get going. There's a really weird looking guy, and I think he's like looking to break into cars, so I wanted to get back to my rented vehicle so I can get out of here. I know some of you guys will probably think like, oh, you're judging people again. Well, you know, when you're 30 years old and you have tattoos all over your face and you're riding a little kid's bicycle, my radar is going to be turned on to you. Just saying. This is all that remains as a memorial for a quadruple murder that occurred here on March 15th of 2020. So on that evening, 911 received multiple calls of somebody driving around town just shooting their gun at random people. So you had Springfield, Missouri police officers responding to multiple scenes of someone shooting their gun. Little did they know that one 31-year-old Joaquin Roman was mentally ill, armed, and extremely dangerous. So he comes to this come and go, and he crashes his car right into the middle where the doors are of this establishment. And as soon as he goes inside, he pulls out his gun and just starts shooting anybody he sees. Employee 57-year-old Troy Rapp and two customers, Shannon Perkins, 46, and Matthew Hicks, 22 years of age, were all killed. So two officers from the Springfield Police Department, one of them 32-year-old Christopher Walsh, respond to this location, and in the process, both officers were shot at, and Officer Christopher Walsh was struck multiple times, where he would later be taken to the hospital and succumb to his injuries.